So today I like to point your attention on aspect of endurance or patience, khanti, it's a Pali word, and just reflect what kind of endurance or patience we need to have. Like, is it quality when you see some maybe unwholesome state of mind, like maybe anger, and I just say, okay, I endure this. Let me experience anger, no problem. So this kind of khanti we need to have. What do you think? So is it a wholesome quality when I see the mental state what is unwholesome and I don't do anything? I just say, let me be angry person. Never mind. So yeah, this kind of endurance we don't need to develop. But we need to develop endurance or patience in terms of maybe other people bad quality when they harm us or when they try to like verbally abuse or try to even provoke on something, and we don't need to give action of any kind of anger or something like this, or even when you feel some strong desire towards something. Also, in a way, it's patience. Just to observe this and don't give rise to this. Don't go for this. Don't like try to get the object of your desire. So in Dhammapada they say khanti paramanta poti tikha. So it means endurance or patience. It's the highest or the best of the practice, of the spiritual practice, what can burn your defilements. So tapo, it's a word for burning, like literal meaning of this is burning. So how just to be patient, just to develop endurance, how we can burn our defilements? Interesting question, yeah. So I think when we like just observe, because khanti, patience require just pure observation. You just look and you don't do anything. You not react. You not like give food to this fire anymore. And by doing this, you learn how to overcome defilements, how to not always follow them, how to observe them, how to kind of be patient with them, be patient with other people. Yeah. So, in Sihanada Sutta, Venerable Sariputta, we know that Venerable Sariputta was the foremost disciple of the Buddha, and when we see the quality of Venerable Sariputta, we may know that this is quality what Buddha encouraged us to do. So the Buddha always praised this Venerable. And in the sutta, he described his mental state with many similes. He gave a lot of examples, and then he say, okay, and this is my mental state. So at the beginning, he started to compare himself with the earth. So like earth, we always like wash something or throw something on the earth, or just like even burn something there or anything, like sometimes urinated, defecated. But earth doesn't feel anything about this. It doesn't like disgust or doesn't like angry about this or worry about this. So earth just the earth. It's remain in the same quality. And same way with the fire, with the water, with the all four elements, wind. We may do anything, but these elements, they does not kind of react on this. And here most important the spirit, like the equanimity in which the earth may remain, just not react on anything. And in the end of this similes, he says that like if a person really established and settled in mindfulness of the body, he cannot react. He cannot like be angry with someone or like react or be disgusted with something. So he like a earth. Then he gives a simile of a man, or boy, and girl of the low caste. So it's like outcast people who just like a beggars, even worse. And when they enter the village with a bowl and wearing some rock clothes, which kind of state of mind they have? They have very humble mind, like very like, little bit afraid and humble. They're not like brave, like okay, give me everything. They're humble. So and he compared his mind with this. So it's like he say, my mind like this outcast boy or girl. Don't react on anything. And lastly, he gave a simile of a bull. Bull, his horn was cut off. So and this bull may wandering from street to street, from house to house, but he does not harm anyone. He is very tamed. He is kind of humble, and whatever people may do with him, he does not react. He just lose his bullness. He don't have this quality of like reaction. And in the end of every simile, he just says that like if person established in Kayagata Sati, in mindfulness of the body, he does not react. And for me, it's very interesting link between endurance and patience and mindfulness of the body. Like interesting. Why? Yeah. What's the relationship between them? So I think we need to just observe it by ourselves. But my guess is that when you really establish yourself in mindfulness of the body, you feel the body, you see the body, you observe the body. And because every kind of unwholesome reaction usually give impact on the body. Like for example, if I'm angry, if its anger start to increase, body start a little bit change, some kind of shaking of the body or temperature of the body change. So, but if your mindfulness is very strong on the body, you may notice it almost immediately. And okay, no, it's unpleasant state. You don't want to develop it. It's not something what we like to be. We just do it time after time out of lack of awareness. We just not noticed ourselves. We just go by habits. But I think if every person just notice how anger can harm him, even physically, not to speak about mentally, he would not do it. So we're just not mindful enough. And same way with other defilements. So if we really established and settle on the body, because body is kind of always with us, but more easy to maintain mindfulness with body, then we would not react on anything. So in another sutta, the Sakka, the Sakka, it's a king of devas. He speaks with his, I would say, helper, something like this. So there was a war between devas and asuras, and that helper asked Sakka, like, why you do not fight back? Like this person who just show anger and abuse you or something like this, why you do not react? Because of your fear and weaknesses. That's why you not react. And Sakka say, no, it's not because I'm afraid or I'm weak. Just I consider that Khanti and patience, it's a quality of a noble person. And if a strong person does not react and does not like agitated by weak person, he's considered as a person with a high endurance, and people respect this person more than if strong person try to show his strongness again and again. But if person weak, he has to be patient. I mean, he just cannot fight back. So it's interesting how, because it's very normal, common, worldly ideas that if other person just irritate you or do some harm to you, you have to hold him back. You have to told him, like tell him whatever you feel, or just ask someone help, like to get rid of him or whatever. Otherwise, he would increase his bad things. But interesting, like according to Dhamma and according to at least that sutta, if that strong person even he can actually hold him back, but he endure him. He just not react to him. And even if he sees that person kind of agitated and irritated, he intentionally try to keep peace, like not really react on this. So again, like from worldly point of view, nothing like black and white. We cannot say like it's always good to do like this or always do like that. But if we care about our mental quality, what Buddha encouraged us to do, like really take care about our mind, mostly in the first priority, we may see that like when we react or when we do something out of anger, it's unpleasant, it's harmful. And if it's possible to develop some endurance and patience, just be like relax with this, whatever happening, even if we may get lost in terms of like lose some money, lose some possession, maybe lose even some health. But if in the end of this process we develop some good mental quality, I think that's what sutras encourage us to have a priority. So mind, to develop some mental quality is much more important than to keep your possession or like to increase your wealth or like increase your health even. So yeah, and interesting that the strongest example of this kanti and endurance Buddha give in Kakach Upama Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. He says that even if like criminals or robbers will cut your body piece by piece, so they take you and cut you piece by piece. So even in that critical situation, the person who give rise to anger or angry word or angry like reaction, he would not follow Buddha's teaching. So to me, it's like extreme, very, very strong, because like even when I don't know some animal or mosquito bite you, you feel angry. What to speak about cutting your body piece by piece? Cannot even imagine. So, but at least it reminds me that in Buddha's teachings there is no such things as righteous anger. Like, okay, I have a right. I need to harm him because like he deserves. You know, it's not a Buddhist teaching. So Buddhist teaching go to extremes that like even if in this extreme situation we shouldn't react. We just should endure, tolerate. And even the most interesting thing, not only endure and tolerate, that sutta speak about metta mind. So you need to feel metta towards the criminals who cut your body piece by piece. So it's when you reflect on this, you just understand that like it's really like super normal power. It's not about like flying in the air, you know, or just like disappear from one place and appear in another. It's a kind of psychic power we see in the sutta, but they're not really useful in terms of Dhamma. But this like ability to really, one thing endure, another thing to feel friendliness and kindness towards people who harm you. This is, I think, it's a really what is worthy to develop and what is appreciated. So I wish all of us to have this strong kanti and strong metta towards all the beings who may harm us or not harm us.